Okay, after we are done with our uncontrolled rectifier, let us do some single phase half wave controlled rectifier. Okay, single phase half wave controlled rectifier, controlled rectifier. So now here we are not going to use our diode, we are going to use our SCR, and we will calculate the same quantity which we have done with our uh, diode rectifier, V naught, VR, and current I. Okay, so what happens here? One thing is that about your gate. Now here one more terminal is gate, so you have to place one more axis in this here. So always remember our this y-axis is omega t. Always remember. I have in some lecture I have missed, in some lecture I have given, but still you must remember that this will be your omega t axis. So this is your supply voltage Vs, this is your V naught, this will be I naught, and this will be your Vd. So let us assume that once the firing is given, that is your SCR is triggered somewhere here, right? So this the pulse will be like this. Okay, again the triggering will be in the positive half cycle. So this is the positive half cycle and this is the positive half cycle, so you will get a triggering here. So what happens that for the waveform will be intercepted from here only. The output, the once you have your triggering pulse given to the SCR, the SCR will conduct at that moment. Before that, it will be actually acting as an open circuit. It will not have the waveform. Okay, so once your SCR is triggered, suppose this is the alpha angle, and once your SCR is triggered, so the diode is connected, the your SCR is connected to the load, and SCR is got connected to the load. So what happens that the output voltage now, that V naught will be equal to Vm sin omega t, right? Vm sin omega t, and your I naught will be is equal to Vm by R sin omega t, and as it is your voltage stiff load, so you will have same waveform. Okay, so you will have your waveform will be of the shape will be the say similar in the shape. Okay, so let's draw the shape. I'm drawing it with a different color. So this is my, here it will trigger. Till here the output voltage will be 0, and it will start the way tracing our supply voltage, and it will go to your 0 value. Now for the negative half cycle it will be 0, and again it will start tracing from here, right? Now this is the waveform. So it starts from alpha and it goes to pi, because from pi the negative half cycle starts. So it will be your the SCR will be your open circuit from here, so it will not conduct for the reverse bias, and it will not conduct. So what will be your current shape will be also the similar shape. Current will also be the similar shape, but the magnitude will be a bit less because it is divided by R. Okay, so similar will be what happens to the this rectifier. So whatever rectifier voltage across your SCR. So this will be the shape of the voltage across your during this period, and it will be 0 from here to here, and then it has a complete negative half cycle and a positive half cycle. Okay, so your peak inverse voltage will be Vm. Okay, so let us talk about your this waveform. So I want the RMS volt value of your average value of your output voltage, so I can pick up. So it starts from alpha and it goes to 2 pi plus alpha. Okay, again starts from 2 pi plus alpha, so I can write it 1 upon 2 pi and integration 0 to uh, sorry, not this time, it's not 0, it will be from alpha to pi. Okay, and the waveform will be Vm sin omega t and d omega t. Okay, so you integrate it and you will get Vm by 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. Okay, so this will be your value for average value. What about your RMS value? So if you calculate the RMS, simply square it up, 1 upon 2 pi integration RMS square. Okay, RMS is square alpha to pi Vm square sin square omega t. So for that you can replace this sin square omega t with 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. So you just make it up. So final value you will get as V naught RMS V naught square is equal to Vm upon Vm square upon 2 pi Vm and pi minus alpha. Okay, okay, sorry, here you will get 4 pi minus alpha sine plus sine 2 alpha by 2. Okay, so this will be the RMS value. You calculate it, you will get this. So this is the RMS value. Now what will be the conduction angle? Conduction angle or the conduction period, that is gamma d, is nothing but the period during which the SCR got conducted. This is the period, right? So it will be pi minus d, pi minus alpha. Conduction period. Peak inverse voltage, I have already told you that it will be Vm. And now next is your circuit turn off time. I have told you about circuit turn off time when we have studied about the SCR. So let us check about what is the circuit turn off time. During what time your circuit is completely off, that is called the circuit turn off time. So we have told this in the dynamic characteristic of SCR. Okay, so if you check whole waveform, you will find out the circuit is turned off completely during this period. Now turning off means you can't turning off means it is completely reverse bias and current is zero. So that is called turning off of SCR is having must be two condition. Current must be zero and your it should be reverse bias. So SCR is reverse bias during this period and current is completely zero in this period. So that's why we are not going to take this part here. The current is zero, but the SCR is not you can say it is not reverse bias, it is forward bias. So this is the time period during which the SCR is completely off. So what I can write here is omega tc, that is your circuit turn off time, is total this period, that is pi. During this period only your circuit is off. So whatever tc is equal to pi by omega. Okay, so this is your mm, value. Now let us talk about the peak inverse input power factor, IPF. So again IPF was RMS value across this, so I can write it at V naught square by R. Okay, power dissipated across your resistance, and here that is your V naught supply voltage, that is Vs. Supply voltage is Vs into IOR, right? So IOR, sorry. Vs into IRMS. So what you can write about this is uh, this from here you can write it as VOR into IOR and divided by Vs into IOR, right? RMS value. So there is square, so you can write this cancel. So actually it is RMS upon total supply voltage. So this is the input power factor. So you can just put what is Vs is Vm by root 2. Vs is Vm by. So you can put the whole values, you will get the input power factor. Now I won't do all the loads of your this. I'll do one more load, that is your inductive load. What happens, because it's a special case, and that's why let us do some special case of inductive load. Now here I am rubbing this because our waveform will be changing somewhat. Okay. Now I am keeping the supply the same, and your just the load is changing here. So I am going to use inductor. So this is my inductor. So let us draw the waveform. What happens with the inductor? Actually, if you are drawing it, just have a look what we did with inductor in the last with uncontrolled way. There you will find some difference. Okay, so that difference must be noted here. That's why I am especially trying to tell you what will be the difference. Now let us during the off period you won't get any waveform here, V naught. Here the waveform is 0. Okay, now once the SCR is triggered, the diode is going to conduct, SCR is going to conduct, and it will trace the similar voltage. No problem with the voltage. Okay, but because because inductor have a property that it charges first. Okay, it gets charges during this period, but with the current direction this, and it discharges with the same direction, but the polarity changes, right? So it will discharge, but it will make your SCR to turn on during the negative half cycle also. Okay, during the negative half cycle it will be turned on because it is charged during the positive half cycle. So for this period when the SCR is on, let us write the equation. So what I can write, L d I of omega t by dt is equal to Vm sin omega t, right? And if you have to integrate it, so I can write I of omega t Vm by L integration sin omega t dt. Not okay. sin omega t dt, and your integration period will be, okay, just integrate it first, okay, no issues. If you integrate it, Vm by omega L, so it will be minus cos omega t minus cos omega t and plus k, right? K value. So this is my I of omega t. Now, talking about k is the initial condition. Now the k is not your zero value. K is actually the alpha value. Okay, so your what I can write that I of alpha means the value at alpha is 0. That is omega t is initial condition is alpha. So what I can write, 0 Vm by omega L minus cos alpha, and that is k. So what value of k will be? K is equal to Vm by omega L cos omega. Now for this equation, for your if you put here the value, final equation can be written as, so final equation I of omega t will be written as Vm by omega L. I'm taking it, okay, sorry, one more thing I have, if you integrate with respect to dt, you have to left with omega L. I have left here. So I'm not integrating with omega t because here it was L di by dt. Okay, di of omega t by dt. So dt goes there, not omega. So with respect to omega, you have to live with omega here. Okay. So your final equation, you can write it like Vm by omega L cos alpha minus cos omega t. Right? Cos alpha minus cos omega t. So that will be your I of omega t equation. Now, talking about your waveform condition, if you have to draw, because at alpha, your alpha will be 0. Okay, alpha, the current starts from here and it will at omega t. So this is your omega t equal to, you can say that it is your this value, you can say that this value can say actually pi, right? Pi. So cos at omega t, if you draw the waveform, it will be like this. So your value in this value increases from here. Ah, it the values, the current increases here, reach the peak value at omega t, and then it decreases, but because it is symmetrical, so it will decrease before 2 pi plus minus alpha. Okay, so these two areas will be always the same. So because the conduction is still there, for the negative part, the this voltage will be there, output voltage will be traveling like this. So it will travel, the shape will be like this. So there will be some distortion with the shape because the issue is with the uh, tab. Okay, the diagram, let us again explain. Suppose I of omega t, alpha, suppose alpha is equal to 30 degree. Okay, alpha is equal to 30 degree, So it start from 30 degree, it start from 30 degree, it increases, reach the peak value at omega t equal to pi, that is pi value, but it again goes to 0 at 150 degree. Okay, in your diode, if you remember, the diode condition was it starts from 0, reaches the peak value, and then it goes to 0 because it has a continuous conduction because of the load. But in SCR, it starts with a delay because of the alpha, and the waveform decrease ends at a delay only before that. So that's the difference. But the conduction is there. Okay. So this is the most important problem. This is the most important load because in gate they ask you this only. Okay, so if you can verify, if you those who understand this, just you can put the value here, alpha value, and verify it. Okay, and then you can analyze the waveform. Okay, so you can I'll give you one numerical to try it. Suppose Vs is given as Vs is equal to 100 sine 100 pi t. Vs is equal to 100 sine 100 pi t, and your alpha or your SCR switches at t equal to 2.5 millisecond. Okay, your SCR switches at 2.5 millisecond. Your inductor value is 100 upon pi millihenry. Okay, find out the average value of current. Find it the average value of your current. Okay, or instantaneous value also, instantaneous. So let us find out. This is one of the gate question, I think gate 14. This is the question. So this is one, if you can try it, it is very easy, but try it. Okay,